The problem with long serves is you can get attacked violently. Um, the ball sits up, the ball bounces up, even if you put spin on it. And when that happens, you are susceptible to an attack. Now, there are some people who will just forehand loop it like there. Look at that big forehand loop. And they're getting a safe amount of topspin on it on the return, so that it doesn't really matter what you put on. If it's long, it's there to be hit. Now, obviously, if you put spin on it, it's going to deter the person from attacking. But as you can see, people have gone and put side spin, and they put a bit of even a bit of backspin or topspin. It's attackable. Backhand or forehand. Look at that backhand, big backhand coming in there, and followed by forehand. See how the front foot is always favours the person who's um, receiving. As soon as you go long, that is what the risk that you. Oh, that's brutal. When that ball goes into the net again and again and again, how demoralising is that? Again and again and again, every time backhand into the net, forehand into the net. This is discouraging the opponent from doing anything. Now he just wants to lift it, and that plays right into your hand. All right, so if he keeps doing that and he just keeps putting the ball into the net, he's giving you 3 points. But you got to get on your toes, on your bike, and expect the ball to come back. And when it comes back, it's usually going to come back with backspin. That's the easiest way for them to get it back. And when that happens, get on your toes, and that's when you can attack. Big forehand loop, big backhand loop. Got to spin it. Your attack has to be kind of spinny once the person pushes if you're going to attack, because it's not really going to come back in a way that you can hit it flat. So you got to make it spinny attacks, as you can see, spinny. Nice thing is you can almost predict where it's coming. Look, there you go, right there, bang, bang. That's how you want it. Very difficult for the person to do anything else other than just set you up for a nice spinning attack, and it becomes pretty predictable. Backhand, forehand, it's predictable. Um, and it's no fault of your opposition, but if the ball is short enough and it's spinny enough, they have no option other than play the ball to your hand. So you can use a reverse pendulum. We're gonna look at that in other issues, other episodes. But yeah, as you can see, what you're going to get from my videos is going to be something slightly different. I am not your teacher, not even that good, but I'm passionate, and I'm not teaching you, I'm learning with you, and I believe I'm on a journey. I just want you to join me, and let's get good at this. Look at that backhand, look at that backhand serve. Nice reverse pendulum. They all have different qualities. It's nice to have a variation in backspin serves because they've all got slightly different properties, and they're all going to have a slightly different damaging effect on your opponent, and that can confuse them. They might get used to one and maybe use another one. Look at that gyroscopic sidewinder. Very difficult to deal with. Look at that one. That's a cyclonic typhoon or whatever it's called. That it all has confusing effect. Person's putting the ball in the net, and that's how imagine a serve like that, and you put it in the net. You're going to think, what else is he going to do? So it has that wonderful effect of making the ball go into the net, or makes the person play a shot with which is going to come back. Now this is interesting because this is you can use a fake backhand, sort of backspin. So it looks like you're going for the backspin and then you go long. So fake long is quite good actually. I call that the phantom. Looks like I'm doing a backspin serve. Person gets drawn in and then bang, you flick it out, and it actually comes through quite fast and top spinny. And that's the last thing you want when you're coming into the table. So can go wrong, as you can see. People can catch it when it can go wrong, but usually it's pretty good in terms of its ability to cause an issue. But yeah, as you can see, it really can go wrong. That was embarrassing. All right, so on the technical level, let's have a look at how to do this. So what you've got is you have a. I'm going to leave the sound going because I want you to actually pick up on the how many times the ball's bouncing. We've actually got a cam which is table cam, so you can actually see the movement in all its intimacy. Look at that. So you can see how the movement is going just over the net there. Now, if the actual starting position and the finishing position is known as the kinematics, so you want to get a nice, good, even kinematics. I always think about this as sweep your arm so the arm's perpendicular to the table, but sweep it over the table. So it's like a vice. And you're sweeping it over the table and whipping and sweeping just underneath the ball. Now it should be like a sweeping action. You know, like I said before, I think it's if your bat is a carpet and the ball was someone standing there, you want to like just sweep that carpet under their feet. And that's what you're doing with this. Now, look at the starting position. The ball should be facing directly behind you. Your bat, sorry, should be facing directly behind you. And you whip it through so the bat is then facing your opponent. So you just sort of like allow your body to turn. And as your body turns, then your arm comes afterwards. So it is centripetal in terms of the force that you're using. But if you get that nice rhythm, it's really important. And using the wrist is a tricky thing in table tennis. People always say use your wrist. If you actually tense your wrist, what you'll find is that your wrist actually bends, which you don't really want because it will kind of like break what's known as a path of inertia. So what you actually want is you want to relax your wrist, and by allowing your wrist to relax, it can move by about 15 degrees. You don't actually want to really yank your wrist, or you'll end up damaging your wrist, and you don't want to tense your wrist, or you'll end up twisting and breaking the path of inertia. So what you want to do, nice relaxed wrist, and just sweep under the ball. Remember to accelerate because that's important. So supinate your hold the bat so the face that you're going to hit the ball is facing the sky. So that's called supination. And then as you come through, nice relaxed wrist and just sweep under the ball and just try to make it as straight as possible. So you can see here, I'm not editing this. This is just a bit of fake movement. Yeah, that's nice. But look, sometimes I muck it up and sometimes I get it. That was good. You can hear the bounces. So this is another angle. This is another camera angle. This is quite a nice camera angle here. I actually advise people, look at that, I bounced about 3 or 4 times. People should actually film themselves. It's really important to film yourself because when you film yourself, you can actually see exactly what you're doing. I mean, I don't want to go on about analogies, but imagine if your friend called you up and said, I need to, how do you get to the post office? What is the first thing you would ask your friend? Wouldn't it be, where are you right now? Without knowing that, you can't direct them to the post office. You can't direct yourself to where you want to get to unless you know where you are right now. And this gives you an idea of where you are right now. Film yourself, please do it. You know, you might look at see a lot of errors, and a lot of people get put off. Look at that! I've just hit the net there. You might get a lot of errors, but it doesn't matter. You can put those errors right quite quickly when you film yourself. See, look at that. That was nice. That bounced about 15 times. That's what you want. You want it to be difficult for your opponent, so you want it to be just over the net, a nice sweeping movement. When you first start, see, that was wrong. That went downwards. You want it to be nice and sweeping. That's it. Just a nice, easy sweeping movement. Focus on just sweeping it underneath the ball. And you've got to keep the bat quite low when you do this. So you're going to have to really bend your knees. And when you go through, your bat height should be about between the net and the table height. So it doesn't, you don't really want to, I don't think it's very possible to do it if it's under the table, but it needs to be above table height, but not above net height. So between net height and table height is ideal. You tend to get a really nice spin and a nice trajectory as well. Try not to make the toss too high at first, because even though you get more acceleration, oh yeah, you can do a few backspin ones, but we'll be doing them at a later stage. But the key is um, try to get that nice spin. All right, so what we're going to be doing is going to be having what happens next section. As you can see, big forehand. He's going for it. Oh, look at that. He's not going to recover from that shot, is he? He's oh, look, he's gone. He's gone. What's going to happen next? So, A, does he miss the ball completely? Does he miraculously make the table, winning the point? Or C, does he get the ball but miss the table? So answers in the comments, and in the next section you're going to see exactly what happens next. All right. So if you like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And guys, are going to get good at this game.